No, well, this story is crazy because I
Talk to me.
always preface it by saying if someone told me this story, I wouldn't believe. But it's
Believe it.
100%. Yeah, it's
I was there.
100% true. You might have been there after actually, but yeah. So it was me and my friend Brad. We closed the store on Friday nights. And the manager at this time, I mean, remember, like age is such a perspective thing. But at this point in time, I remember thinking my manager was so much older than us, but in reality, he was like 28 and we were like 18. You know,
Was it
Yeah.
Brad
so
Bauer?
no, it was Brad Bauer was his name.
It was Brad
Um,
Bauer. Yeah.
yeah, Brad Bauer was a coworker. So we're
Yeah.
closed in, and he was, and we would always fuck around, whatever. But one night the guy comes back and he's like, "Oh, it's like a hot chick on the phone," and asked if it was like a guy or a girl delivering it, and I'm like, "Whatever, same shit, always fucking with us, trying to get in our heads." And I pretty much forget about it, but nonetheless, gives me a delivery. I'm on the way there, pull up to the house, and I started thinking about it again. And especially when I like see the front doors open, it's just like the storm door is shut. So I'm like thinking about it a little bit, but I'm like, whatever. So I go knock on the storm door, and then I hear a voice that just goes, "Come in." It's like a woman's voice. So I'm like, then my heart starts beating a little bit because now I'm really like, he was like thinking about like my boss's tone, like he did seem kind of sincere. So I walk in there. And it's just this woman to the right on this like a row home style house. So the whole home when you walk in opens to the right, and she's on this couch, like full lingerie. I swear to God, and basically like, oh hey, it's very casual at first, like hey, just put the pizza, like pointing to the coffee table, like kind of in front of her. And I set it down. She's like, how much is it? I tell her $10, whatever it is. And then she's like, really quick, this all happened. She's like, how old are you? And I'm like, oh, I don't. 19 or 18, however old I was. And she's like, you horny? And I'm like, what? She's like, you heard me. Come on, don't play around. All guys your age are horny. Like, stands up, comes up. She's like, you're kind of cute. And just starts making out with me. Like, puts her hand
How
in my
how
pants.
how's this lady looking, Dave?
I mean, again, age is perspective. I think she might have been in her 40s, maybe older 30s. I was
Okay.
young as
Still
hell.
looking good though?
Oh, yeah. Like, and then I'm Marie, I was like a softy, like more not play by the rules all the time, but I like was like, I'm at work, I can't do this. And I fucking leave, and she's like, you should come back. So I go back to the shop. My boss, like, start telling him what happened. He's like, are you fucking nuts? He's like, dude, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm married. I have 2 kids. I love my family. But when I was your age, I was with an older woman. Best experience of my life. You need to go back there right now. Don't worry about cleaning up. Just cash out and go back there. You got to go back there. And I'm like, oh, all right. So I go back there and I knock on the door, and she's like, oh, you came back. We mess around a bit. I don't know. And then she basically loses her mind. She's like, come on, do it again. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm chilling. She's like, call a friend. Come on, call a couple friends. I'm like, what? So then I actually go to your house after, and I'm like, I can't believe what just happened. Like that was nuts. I should have handled it this way. I should have handled it that way. It was just all happening really fast. And it was a lot. It's overwhelming. I'm a teenager. I'm still young.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
easy to like look back and be like, I would have done this. Like, I don't know if you would have. Like, it was intense. But then a couple months later, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take advantage of this situation. And so I'm talking to my manager about it. He's like, dude, here, just put a pizza box in a bag and just go back there, knock on the door. She answers, she remembers, you're in. I'm like, brilliant. So I go back to the house, I knock on the door, and some dude answers the door. He's like, we didn't order any pizza. I'm like, oh, wrong house. Sorry. And I run back in my car and I pull off, and I'm like, oh shit, something's off about it. So yeah, it was wild. But I'll say one more thing about it. It did give me a little PTSD in the sense that I was like, this job's dope. And then I would go to other houses, and like if anybody even invited me in their foyer, I'd be like, it's going down again. And like fucking people, I'd be acting all weird. And people come back and like just give me the change. I'm like, right, of course. Nothing was gonna happen there. I'm sorry. Why would I
The
think
next
that?
6 customers, you just lean in for a kiss. You're like,
yeah.
oh no. Just the tip. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like, where's
They
my
came
change?
back
I'm
and they're
like,
like,
in
why
my
is your
pocket.
pants off? Yeah. They're like, is that a roll of quarters in your pocket? And they're like, wow. Man, that's wild, dude. I mean, did any other, like, you would end up delivering pizzas for another couple plate, like slices and stuff like that, and like
Right.
East Falls and things. Did you ever have another experience like that? As long as,
I
because
mean,
you were in delivery game for a little while.
yeah, more partying things. Like people party and come in, drink
Yeah.
this, smoke that, but like
Yeah.
nothing ever like that. That was wild.
Okay.